but if you grow up where someone says, look, this is what it is, that's easier to follow. You give someone complete freedom, that's really hard.
Yeah. I mean, isn't that right out of your book, Jermaine? I mean, don't you say freedom is difficult or freedom is, you know, the hardest thing or something like that? Am I imagining this?
Sorry.
Yes, freedom is strenuous. But I thought it was kind of funny when you were talking about a framework and about guys getting a framework that tells them how to be a man, because if I'm not mistaken, there's a great deal less literature out there about how to be a man than there is about how to be a woman. And women discover that to be feminine, they have to do all sorts of time-consuming and expensive shit, you know? I mean, they don't say to a man that to be a man, you have to grow hair on your chest. But they do say to be a woman, you have to remove any hairs that should suddenly appear on any part of your body at all. You've got to learn how to talk and how to walk and how to sit and how also to defer. And I'm thinking about behaviors that I notice as a teacher. I was thinking funny about parents doing all this stuff and then they give their kids to me to teach. I mean, that was quite an amusing idea. But women at my university, at Cambridge, they very quickly learn not to seem smarter than the guys because it will simply be counterproductive. They will be avoided. So one of the cleverest women I know who won the university medal in history for the first time, no woman had ever won it, actually never talked to guys about anything but soccer. And she understood it all. She understood the offside rule and all that shit, and she would clatter away about this, and it probably took as much intellectual energy as the whole 13th century. It was amazing.
Clem,
this is a feedback mechanism that women learn very, very early. If you're smart, keep it to yourself.
Is that right, Clem?
Unfortunately, I didn't get that memo, and consequently, my schooling career was interesting. I was mostly friends with the teachers.
Okay, question up number one.
Recently, there have been 2 high-profile legal cases, Gabe Watson in the US and Gordon Wood in Australia, where they were acquitted of killing their partners, having previously been found guilty. Why have women been conspicuously silent about these legal decisions, which were handed down by male judges? And do these decisions sanction male violence?
Big legal problems here, I think, given that those findings have been made. I really think there are big legal problems to go into that in detail. We can talk generally, but not specifically.
Some of us have talked about this. It is clear to me that the provocation defense, which says that a man who snaps after being goaded or nagged at by a woman and kills her and cuts her up into little pieces and puts her in plastic bags and distributes her around the suburbs, that he has suffered enough. But however, I want to explain something though. The provocation defense works that a man who has been goaded, and in particular about his sexual performance,